Yeah, so this here's my pot. It's the pot right here. So right now I'm gonna steam some rice, okay? So look, some jasmine rice, Thai jasmine rice specifically, and I pour some in the pot. It's probably a little bit more than today because I don't know if I'm gonna cook tomorrow, right? So I'm just gonna like meal prep for today and tomorrow. So there we have some running water. I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna wash my rice a couple times. I'm gonna wash it until the starch comes off. So maybe about 3 rinses. So when I say rinse the rice, I mean actually rinse it. So I'm digging in there, I'm rubbing it together. So this is the first one. So I'm gonna do this 2 more times, rinse the water until it's a bit clear. I'll report back when it's clear. Okay, so the rice is about clear. You can technically see inside of it now. Up to 1 knuckle. You know that whole like thingamajiggy? So we're gonna do that. Now here's the thing. Rice has a method. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put the pot to high heat until the water evaporates down to the level of the rice and you start seeing the holes come through. And then you turn the pot on the lowest heat possible and then you cover the lid. And 18 minutes if you want a firmer rice and like 21 minutes if you want like a softer grain of rice. Cooks perfectly every time. You never have to worry about it. Stove. You find the correct one. The correct one is about this one. You go to like the highest heat, right? You leave it there until it starts to bubble and you see the water like evaporate all the way down, and then you start seeing like little holes like come through. That's the air trying to escape. At that point, you just like cover it, okay? So we're just gonna leave it there until it starts doing that. When it starts doing that, I'll show you. Oh shit. Yo, low-key just listened to one of the audio and that English accent is killing me. So from now on, we're gonna talk in a little semi-Jamaican, semi-English thing, okay? We're gonna put on with the accent. So I'm reporting back now because basically the water is clear. Wash it a few times. It's good, you can see it. So the water is like a knuckle above. You know the whole thing majingy when you like kind of measure it like that. So that's about that. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna add some salt for flavoring, and then I'm gonna put some butter in there. Butter just for like the smoothness of the rice. I like it like that, but also it helps the grains to like not stick together because it acts like oil basically. If you didn't have butter, you could put like a tablespoon of oil of your choice, whatever that is. You get me? Is it me? I say so. I'm gonna do that and then report back. Okay, don't judge me. There's a method to the madness, all right? So salt has been added and butter is added to my taste. I promise you, I don't know if you cook right. Well, I mean, jollof rice is much more complicated, but for like white rice, you just steam in the thing. It's just like a basic thing. So you want some salt and some butter, is it? So right now, next step on the agenda is to cook the rice, and there's a method to the madness. So with rice like this, white rice, long grain, which is jasmine, you want to turn the pot onto the highest heat possible until the water starts evaporating, until it reaches like the surface of the rice, and then from there you'll start seeing the air holes come because like, you know, the air is trying to escape, it's trying to steam. So at that point, once the water reaches that level, you're going to cover the pot and put in the lowest heat possible. If you want like a firmer grain of rice, 15 minutes. If you want like a softer grain of rice, 18, 19, 20 minutes. Cooks perfectly every time. You never have to open the pot. It's just the method to the madness. So we're gonna do that right now. Boom. Put it on. Then we're gonna locate the pot. And then we're gonna do high heat. See that? High. I'll report back when it starts to, when the water is like at that level. Now I'm gonna prep the other stuff. So I don't have my cutting board yet because IKEA hasn't delivered it and the rest of the stuff for the apartment. So what I have here, paper plate because I don't want to cut any of my actual plates, and some hand towel. Hand towel because we're gonna wash the fish down there and we're gonna damp it, pat it down so it dry. You get what I'm saying? That's the process. So boom, fish wash, fish pat down, fish dry. You get what I'm saying? So now we're gonna figure out the season situation. So as you know, fish don't take nothing for cook. So here's the seasoning of choice: black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, crushed chili, and just a drizzle of honey for a little bit of sweetness. You get what I'm saying? Oh, and don't forget the salt. Put the salt right this way. So make a chew on up on the fish, and then I get back to the cooking. Is it? Key step before we put on the seasoning, we're gonna spray on some of this on the fish, just so it acts as like a holder for the seasoning. You know what I'm saying? Because the seasoning is powder. The seasoning is powder, right? So by putting on this, you just ensure that it stick to the fish. You get what I'm saying? So that's that. So back to the rice situation. That's the current predicament. So as you can see, I said, so done. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna cover the lid just like that. You get what I'm saying? Just like that. And then we're gonna turn this all the way around here, somewhere between the minimum. And then from now, I'll check the time and just like see, and then I'll just like do 19 minutes. And then by that time, I'll have perfect rice. So I'll report back in 19 minutes on that. So we season the fish, we're not really done with that yet. We have more season to add, but yeah, that's the process. Now, as you know, as a big cook that you are, you should know that fish, again, don't take much stuff. So we're just gonna have some aromatics. It's just like to get some flavor in the place, some flavor in the pot, blah, blah, blah. And we're gonna sweat it down in some butter. You know what I'm saying? Because butter will, like, I don't know, it makes the flavor nicer to me, right? So this is just like to get some aromatics in there, some seasoning. So I'm gonna chop these up, let that sweat down the pot, and then I'm gonna put the fish in there, okay? And then we're gonna like just like let that simmer down, then add some more seasoning that you used to season it, just to ensure that you have everything rich and nice, okay? So I'm gonna do that and then get back to you. All right, fish season, and then we have the seasoning in there. So cut down some tomato and the garlic down the bottom. And we use some ginger paste. We're putting in that pot with this butter. So it's now 7:25, approximately 19 minutes since I told you I was gonna close the lid. And this is the rice. It's just gonna be perfect every time. That's just the method, that's just how it goes, right? But I'm gonna cover it back just so it steams some more and take it off the stove. So right now, all the seasoning go back into the pot in some butter, highest heat, just let it release its juices. And I'm possibly gonna try to retain the shape of the tomatoes to put on top of the fish when I'm done, but we'll see how that goes. Because I'm not really interested in like the presentation right now because I'm just at home eating. But yeah, that's the idea. Get the marination going, get the seasoning and the aromas out. The garlic, the ginger paste, the onion, the tomato. Once I start to release this gas and everything like that, everything starts to like simmer down. I'll probably take them out and then I'll like cook up the fish. But that's where we are in the process. Alright, so scrap preserving the tomatoes. I didn't like how they looked. They're like too smushy. So what I do, I take them out. I'm gonna blend it with some more season. I'm gonna put it back in there. You feel what I'm saying? Alright. So fish goes in the pot and then we're just gonna make that, you know, do its thing for a little bit. Then we're gonna blend in some of the season into this, and then this is ultimately what is going to simmer down in once I get this blended. So once the fish kind of just like, you know, barely cooked through, I'm going to remove it after that, and then I'm going to put the sauce in, let it simmer down a bit, then I'm going to put the fish back in there, and then that's going to give me like the final product, you know what I'm saying, and then we're going to eat that with some rice, you know what I'm saying? Big up yourself. So again, if you're wondering, this just have some of the, yeah, I put some honey in there, black pepper, salt, chili pepper, all that stuff. I'm just going to blend this down. I'll probably put like, I don't know, I was gonna put some more butter in there, but no. I'll just blend it down. That thing over there. That gonna help us out. I need to cut my nails, bro. Alright, so that's blended. Looks good. Let me just open it. So there you go. Blended. Eh? So that's gonna be the base of like the fish. Like just like some sauce, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So here's the fish now. I'm gonna flip it around on the other side and then I'm gonna remove it. Then I'm gonna put this in the pot. A little bit of water, let it sear down, and then we're gonna put the fish back in there and we should be good. So fish is officially flipped. As you can see down the pot right there, those are the areas we're gonna deglaze that. That's the good shit, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna, language, I'm sorry. But once the fish is like good on that side, I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna deglaze the pot with the sauce that I had. That's gonna make like your real good, real flavor, real rich and everything, you know what I'm saying? And then the dish is gonna be complete. I was gonna get some garnishing, you know, some greens, but nah, I'm just gonna eat the fish and the rice today, you know what I'm saying? I'm lazy today. Alright, so that's the fish. We took it out. That's good right there. Now back to the pot situation. You see this? We're gonna deglaze this with the sauce that we made. Oh, this is nice the fish, right? Let me take this out. Hold on. But yeah, we're gonna deglaze this. We're gonna deglaze this with the sauce. So just watch me do this. So I'm gonna pour this over here, it's like so. I'm gonna add some water to it, don't worry, but then we're just gonna let it simmer. And I'm gonna scrape off the bottom, and then when we're done, we're gonna put the fish back in there. And personally, since I've moved to this new place, I haven't used like the tap water to like cooking my food. So I used to use like bottled water. It's like purified, and just like I'll tip a little bit in there, just to make that like a little bit lighter, because it's gonna like thicken again. But I just want to like deglaze the pot, get that flavor going, and then we should be good. So we're gonna work this in, and then you'll see the end product. So as you can see, the pot is like, you know, see it's like clear down there. because it's working back all the flavor back in there, you know what I'm saying? So then we're gonna put the fish in this. This should give us like a nice sauce, and then it will complement the white rice because of the colors. Well, I'm hoping so. And then we're just gonna have like a meal, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is being neatly glazed, and then we're gonna put the fish back in there soon with a little bit more water. So I tasted it. I would personally add some more honey in there. So we're gonna add some more of that in there. Oops. Oops. You see what I'm doing. But the honey is added, and it has like a nice kick to it because I put some chili flakes in there. So once the honey combines, put some water in there, and then we'll be good. So as you can see, fish is back in there. I'm gonna put it back over here on low heat. So like extremely low. It's like about that. And I'm gonna baste the fish. So yeah, I feel like you're a chef, so you know what basting is. You're just gonna like, put the stuff on it. You're just gonna let this do a thing for like, 10 minutes. Oh, you can't even see. But yeah, you're gonna do your thing for like 10 minutes. And let it just like marinate in that sauce. And then we're gonna be done for like some plating, you know what I'm saying? So once it just like draws down a bit, like some of the thing just like evaporates out, should be good. But I'm gonna cover it, just like crack it to like the side, and then it'll be good for like that, you know what I'm saying? And then yeah, one bam voila, whatever. We just done cook. So now I have some, oh damn. Now I have some food left for tomorrow. Rice. And we got a fish thing, whatever this thing is. So we're gonna eat and we're gonna have a good time, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know if you call this cooking or whatever, but I can fend for myself and I can take care of my I can take care of my life. But it tastes really good. I tried it. It's like a hot honey tilapia. I was aiming for like the garlic, but I should like add some more garlic. But it's like really good. It's like 2 cups of rice, 2 fish fillets, and I'm gonna pour some drinks and I'm gonna be good. And yeah, so that's a drink of choice. That's a drink. Damn, that's the drink of choice, right? So I guess that's that. So if you didn't see me answering your voice note and like texting choppy, that's what I was doing. I was cooking to show you that I can cook. I hope you enjoyed the laugh. Yeah, I like that you were laughing. So hope they enjoyed this laugh as well. Okay, bye bye, or I'll start voice noting you again.